Hello, lovely people! Welcome to the Geek, but I am Pension. Welcome to Civilization 6 Gathering Storm and the Coastguard Challenge. And I am very, very happy that Civ 6 is back on the channel. And I am really excited to be playing some Gathering Storm, because I think that Gathering Storm really is the final piece of the Civilization 6 jigsaw puzzle, if you like. Because when Civ 6 came out all those years ago now, good old vanilla Civ 6 way back when, it was very, very good, but there were obvious bits missing from it. And then they released Rise and Fall, which I think addressed some of the missing bits, and now Gathering Storm has come along to address the remainder of those missing bits. Now, Gathering Storm adds an awful lot of things. There's a lot of very, very exciting and interesting things that have been added into Gathering Storm. So there's the World Congress, there's the Diplomatic Victory, and then of course there's the exciting stuff like this. You get volcanoes, which is very, very good. You get natural disasters, volcano here burning down this poor little village. Sorry, villagers, run. And then you get other stuff like this just here. There's an iceberg right ahead, and bits of it are going to fall off, the water levels are going to rise, and this city is going to be in trouble. And there's loads of other stuff as well. There's an awful lot of other stuff that's been added in Gathering Storm. So yeah, I'm really excited to be playing this. But of course, we're not just playing a regular game. No, we're going to do a challenge run. And the challenge run that we have settled upon this time is the Coastguard Challenge. So what are the rules of the Coastguard Challenge? You will be glad to know that they are refreshingly simple, which makes a difference for some of our Civ 6 challenges. The only rule really is that all the cities that we have under our command must be on the coast. So they must be on a tile that is next to a water tile. Whether it is an ocean tile that leads out into the big wide world, whether it's an inland lake tile or whatever, it doesn't really matter. As long as our cities are next to at least one coast tile, that is absolutely fine. Now it does come into sort of a little bit of a tricky situation when we get another city. Let's say we loyalty flip a city that is very much inland and not on the coast. We're going to have to return that city. So if we loyalty flip it, we turn it down, or if we get given a city for whatever reason and it's not on the coast, we're going to have to do something with that. But, you know, we'll play it by ear if that happens. And that's it, really. That is it. But I thought this was quite interesting. Now, I've had this on the cards for absolutely ages. But then when Gathering Storm came out and they said, we're going to have climate in this and we're going to have sea levels, I thought, yes, this is perfect. This is a perfect time to deploy the Coastguard Challenge, because we're going to be building all our cities on the coast. And if the sea levels are rising, that might cause us some irreparable damage. That might wash away some of our tiles or some of our cities. I don't really know how it affects the cities. So yeah, that could be an interesting game mechanic. But that's it. That is the only rule, really. All the cities that we've got can only be on coastal tiles. We can only settle cities on coastal tiles. We can only have cities on coastal tiles. Hopefully that's relatively straightforward. Okay, let's just dive in and I'll set up a game quickly and we shall see what we're going to play as and what the map is going to be set up like. So we are going to be playing as Dido of the Phoenicians, which might well surprise a few people, because I would have expected people might have thought we'd be playing as the Maori, because the Maori are good at boats, and this is quite a boaty, sort of oceany sort of challenge. But no, I have gone for Dido and the Phoenicians, and there is logic behind this. I've not just sort of gone mad and just picked anyone. I have thought about this a teeny tiny little bit. There's been a little bit of planning, and really it's down to their Civ ability. Mediterranean colonies is very, very good for what we need. So you begin the game with the writing Eureka, which is lovely, I suppose. I mean, okay, it's a bit random. It's better than a kick in the shins, I guess. But really, the big thing is coastal cities founded by us and located on the same continent as the capital are 100% loyal. So all our cities are going to be coastal, and hopefully, at the start anyway, they're probably going to be on the same continent as the capital, and they're going to be 100% loyal to us. So I can just go and plonk them anywhere without having to worry about loyalty pressure from other civs. And then the settlers get extra movement, extra sight range while they're embarked, and they ignore additional movement cost from embarking and disembarking. So the settlers can zip around the coast very, very quickly, which is very lovely. So we can scout out the best places to go and settle new cities. The Cothon replaces the harbour. It's cheaper to build and gives you 50% production toward naval units and settlers. So not only are the settlers really mobile in the sea, but they can be built twice as fast, which is excellent. And then their special unit is the Bireme, which I guess has one less ream than a trireme. I don't really know what that means, but there you go. A Bireme must be a bit like a trireme, just not quite as good perhaps. But it replaces the galley. It's got increased combat strength and movement, and if one's nearby, trader units can't be plundered by evil people. And Dido's ability is also very interesting. She can move the capital city around by doing a unique project in the city that she wants to be the new capital. And then also she gets an extra trade route capacity for each government plaza building and the government plaza district itself. And the city that's got the government plaza in can construct districts 50% quicker, which I think is all very, very good. That adds up to a very good, very interesting civilization and leader. So I'm going to choose those, I think. Now, all the other civs we're playing against, you will notice that they're all from Gathering Storm, except for the conspicuous absence of the Maori. I don't want the Maori in this game, because as we said earlier, the Maori are very good on the water. They're very boaty, and we don't want them sailing around the ocean, nicking all of our coastal city tiles that we want to settle on. So no, we're not having the Maori in this game. They are not invited to the party. However, everybody else is. I've chosen Eleanor of Aquitaine from England, because I just like the flowers in her hair. That's the only reason. And Christina has an interesting thing, because in her Nobel Prize ability, it says having Sweden in the game adds 3 unique World Congress competitions starting in the Industrial Era. So that will be very interesting to see what they might be when we get to the Industrial Era. We don't have to be her. They just have to be, Sweden have to be in the game. So that's quite interesting as well. As for the game setup, it's relatively straightforward, I'll be completely honest. Gathering Storm rule set, we're going for King difficulty. Now that might make some people roll their eyes and tut loudly and all that kind of stuff, but I think King difficulty is a good starting difficulty right now. I've not really played Gathering Storm, I don't really know how it all works, so I think King will be a good difficulty level for us to sort of learn the rules, and then we can go on from there. Ancient Era, standard game speed, 12 city-states. There is a disaster intensity slider. I've left it on 2, which is kind of middling. So if it's on 0, you get less disasters. If it's on 4, you get more disasters. We'll come to the map in a second. Everything is standard except start position, which I've put as legendary, but I always do, and that affects all the other civs as well. Now map, I've put as continents. Now, for this challenge, you might have been thinking, well, it'll put archipelago, or however you pronounce that, archipelago. But no, I'm not going to do that, because that means that everybody is going to start on islands, which means that there's going to be so much coast. Pretty much all the cities are going to be on a coastal tile, or could be on a coastal tile, which sort of reduces the challenge, really. It kind of makes the challenge not very challenging if pretty much all the tiles that you can settle on are coast tiles. Whereas continents, that makes things far more interesting, because I'm going to have to rush around and try and find the best spots that we can settle on very, very quickly indeed before all the other civs snap them up, because there's going to be a limited amount of coastline, which I do quite like. I like the idea of having to do that. It puts a bit of pressure on, get out there and look for, good tiles on the coast. Victory conditions, we've taken score off, everything else is on diplomatic victory, and all this bump down here as well is all kind of ordinary. So I think we are ready. I think we're ready to start our new game of Civilization 6 Gathering Storm and have a go at the Coastguard Challenge. Okay, Civ, please be kind. Give us a good start location. Okay, it looks very, very promising from what I can see, but obviously this thing has popped up, but it does look like we're on the coast. Okay, so we get our boost to writing. We get the writing Eureka because we are Phoenician. That is lovely. It's no bad thing. Thank you very much. Okay, right, where are we? Oh, this looks very, very promising indeed. This looks excellent. Right, we're on Plains Hills, which is always a good thing to start on because you get your extra point of production, which will help out very much in the early game. We are next to some bananas. We are also next to some deer and some copper. So that's good. They're all bonus resources. Just there is some cocoa. That is a luxury resource. That is good. It's not too far away. Just here is some coffee. And over here, there's crabs, and there's crabs. And who knows what else is around. There could be something over here that's really good. There could be something else a bit further out to sea. I am very happy with that. Are we on a river as well? We are on a river as well. Now that's interesting because rivers back in the rise and fall kind of days, back in the olden times of Civ, they were very, very good because you build next to them and it would give you housing. You go, yay, I've got some extra housing. It's lovely. Whereas now you probably do get the extra housing, but also rivers can flood. Rivers can indeed flood and cause flood damage. So obviously settling a river is a bit now of a risk. So you get your housing boost, but potentially the river could flood everywhere and cause some damage. But I think for us right now, that is the perfect starting location. That could not really have been any better. And we've got some mountains over there to build campuses next to, which is brilliant as well. This is very, very good. I'm very happy with this. Settler, absolutely. Let's move the warrior that way. just to see, do you want to move them that way? Do you want to move them down this way? If we're going to build here, we don't know what's over that side. Let's try and move the warrior over this way, and we will put you down. So let's found our city of... oh, yeah, of course, we get the Eureka because we've settled on the coast, so we get a boost to sailing. Very welcome. The city of Tyre. Okay, that is very good. I like that. And they've got a little sort of harbour kind of inlet thing, which is very, very nice. So there we go. The city of Tyre. Now, what's it doing? Let's have a quick look at what it's working. So it's working the deer tile for the 2 food and 2 production. That makes perfect sense right now. And what's the housing and stuff? We've got 1 amenity and 6 housing for 1 citizen. That is fantastic. I am very happy with that. So that should serve us pretty well for quite some time. Okay, right. Come out of that. Oh, no. What was the continent called? What was our continent called? I want to know what our continent is. Columbia. Okay, the continent of Columbia is ours. Okay, so we want to try and go around the coast, really. But if we see goody huts, we should go toward those. First thing to build, a slinger. Let's get a little bit of defence in. 6 turns. Now, I believe if you settle on anything other than Plains Hills or something that gives you the 2 production, I think slingers take 7 turns possibly. So already we've knocked a turn off the production of this slinger just by building on a Plains Hill tile, which is fantabulous. So yeah, we'll get a slinger in. A bit of defence nice and early. Now, what do we want first? Animal husbandry would be pretty good. Irrigation is a little way off. Or mining for the... oh, now, yeah. Do we go for mining to get that copper? Or do we go for animal husbandry to get the deer? I think maybe let's go for animal husbandry and we will get the deer. So let's go and work on the deer. So we'll get animal husbandry first. I mean, yeah, we've got plenty of time to get all these things. So, right, that's a pretty good start. I'm very happy with that. Now, there might be a couple of people looking up here in the corner thinking, hang on, there's different stuff. And you'd be right. Just here is the world climate screen, which is very, very exciting. Oh, check this out. There's 6 inactive volcanoes on the planet right now. That's quite exciting. So it tells you your CO2 levels and the temperatures and all that kind of stuff. CO2 levels and how much it's changing and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, nothing much going on right now because we're in the year 4000 BC. So that's pretty redundant at the moment. And just here, alongside gold, you've got diplomatic favour, which is a new sort of resource that you can accrue. You get it through, I think, being friends and suzerains with city-states and all that kind of stuff. And use that later on in the game for buying the diplomatic victory at the very end. But during the game, you can use it as a sort of a trading thing, or you can spend it in the World Congress to get the things that you want through. You know, so if you have a particular thing that you want passed in the World Congress, you can spend some diplomatic favour and kind of force it through that way if it means that much to you. Well, other stuff we'll have to go through as we see it. You know, as it happens in the game, we'll have to discuss all the new things because there's so much stuff. There's an awful lot changed. Let's move time on. Let's see what happens. Right. We want this warrior to come down here and explore these tiles because we don't know what's just there. So come this way. Now, yeah, we are going to be having a bit of a problem with this because it's all jungles and hills. So let's stand on this, have a look around. Okay, well, there's hills. Hills are okay. I'm happy with hills because at least you can build mines on them to get some production out and all that kind of stuff. Right, okay. Go along the coast then, good warrior. Goody hut, or whatever they're called now. What are they called? What are they? Tribal village, tribal village, tribal village. They're always goody huts. There'll always be goody huts in my heart. I think we go for that, my good sir. Now, it would be brilliant if we could get out of this goody hut either a builder or a scout. I would be very happy with a builder or a scout from there. That would be fantastic. Give us one or the other. No, we got... Weird enough, we got some civic stuff towards state workforce. So the people of that village were very knowledgeable about the state workforce. Okie doke, right you are. Yeah, that's not brilliant, but there's some good stuff down the coast here. Now that is... Oh, just there, in fact, is a pretty good tile. That is another Plains Hills tile. And that, eventually, if we can settle there, there's elephants just there. There is some more cocoa. Down here, there's pearls. And there's stone there. It's coastal. It's next to the tiniest river you could ever see. Is that a river tile? Yeah, it is. It's the Majorda River. Oh, what's our river called? They've got names. The Jordan River. So the Jordan River and the Majorda River, that could be a very good spot to settle on just there. That could be interesting. Do you know what? Let's pin it. let's drop a little map pin down just there and let's put the hammer, a little teeny tiny hammer for building things. Let's put build here, please. Build here, please. That'll do the job. A map would be a very good spot. That would be good. Now, it depends what else is down here. We could build on this side. It's not on a Plains Hills tile, but it's still enough stuff around to kind of offset that. So we'll have to have a little look. State workforce. And we got an era score. Of course, era scores are still in. They're still part of the game, so we've got to do that as well, just to make sure that we get into a nice normal age or a golden age and don't immediately drop into a dark age, which would be a bit sad. Okay, let's get a scout. Let's get a scout. The scout can go up that way and go along the coast over there. We are going to continue our journey down here. Okay, so if we settled there, that's... Yeah, we would get... Weird enough, we might be able to get access to that bit of land over there. But at least we've got potential for a second city very, very early on. I'm very, very encouraged by that. Right, let's drop the Slinger out that way. Bit of visibility from up there just to see if there's anything coming. You guys can keep going along the coast that way. You can fortify, and 3 turns until our scout is complete. That's going to be very important. Oh, it's a little outcrop. That could be the most perfect thing. Is that an island? That could be a little island as well. Oh, just there is brilliant. Yeah, we need to rush a settler to there. As soon as we can get a settler in, we need to get one in. Because we get elephants and chocolate and other things and pearls. It's brilliant. Yeah, we need to get down here very quickly. We've got animal husbandry. Lovely, lovely. We discovered a new source of horses. I like the way that the horses just appear. It's as though we just were unaware of them before. We're just wandering around going, what are those things in that field? I have no idea. They're big... and a bit scary looking. I'm not going near them. And then we research animal husbandry and they go, do you know what? They're horses now. We like them now. We acknowledge that they're horses. So yeah, we've got horses right next to us. We could put a pasture on that. That would be a good thing. Oh, no. Don't go that way. Don't go that way. Just come back this way. Be calm. Yeah, I think unless somebody kind of comes in from here or runs down this way with a settler, we might be able to block people off, possibly, if we're being that sort of that conniving. We might be able to stop people getting in, and this could be ours. Now, do we settle on the other side? Because there's fish just there, but there is a river. That river would be very, very useful indeed for housing. So yeah, I think that is probably the best spot right now. Right, scout, head up this way. Oh, okay. That is a short bit of coast up that way. Hopefully, it looks like it bends round that way. So hopefully there's something up there. Right. Research. Mining. Get mining to use this copper. I think that's what we then need to get in, which is going to be useful. And Tyre can build a thing. How about a builder then? To start upgrading the lands around us. That's got to be our next priority. Get a builder in, and then after that, get a settler in. Right, please be something good up here. There's another little river. There is another river, which is good. So we could settle potentially along there. And we've got Code of Laws. Hurrah! We can have our first sort of little government-y type thing. Unit needs orders. Right, go up there. Cahokia. Hello, Cahokia. How are you? Oh, do the Cahokia. And all that kind of stuff. But not that. Okay. What do you guys do? We're the first to have met you. You've met a representative. We've got Constructor Campus as the first major civilization. I love the way that we're the first major civilization. We're just as good as they are. We're just as good. I don't know why they consider themselves beneath us. I'm not entirely sure why. Is it because our borders have got 2 colours on them and theirs have only got 1? But okay, fine. So we've got an envoy. What type are they then? They are trade. So we're getting +4 gold in the capital already. That is brilliant. I like that a lot. And do you know what? They're on the coast, which is lovely. I'm a little bit concerned that we might be on an island, which is no bad thing, but it might be a problem if everything else is very, very far away, because we can't go straight across the ocean tiles yet. We can't embark yet even. I can't remember what we need. Do we need, is it shipbuilding that you need to be able to embark? Possibly should have researched this. Shipbuilding. Yeah, allows all land units to embark. If we were to try and do that now, that's 77 turns. That's quite a lot of turns. So hopefully we'll be able to find out that there's some more stuff around here. Because if not, we might be in a spot of bother. Right, let's choose a civic. Well, let's have foreign trade. We might as well get a trade route up to Cahokia to get us some more monies in. That makes sense. And now what do we want to do? We've not come across any barbarians yet, although I don't expect it's going to take long for them to start popping up. So let's get that, just in case. And right now, let's get God King, +1 faith, +1 gold. The gold is kind of fine, but +1 faith is good, because I want to get us in an early Pantheon. And when we've got the Pantheon, we'll then switch it over to the production in the cities. But I want to get the Pantheon in first. So yes, please, we shall have that. I am now also a God King, which sounds slightly self-aggrandizing, doesn't it? But there we go. Right, you guys go this way. You go that way. Oh, dearie me. I think we're on a little island. This could be problematicals. This could be a little bit troublesome. Right. Can we go through Cahokia's territory? Are we allowed to walk through Cahokia and go somewhere else? Yeah. We're on an island. Certainly down this way anyway. I mean, we could build there where they are. That is another Plains Hills tile. That's not a bad place to build. 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's kind of getting in the way of Tyre's ground just here. But, you know, there's plenty of ocean tiles down there. And then this place would be good. But then I suppose we try and build a little bit further down. So we're not kind of encroaching on Tyre's tiles up here as well. So we could move down a bit. That'd be no bad thing. We still get the elephants and the stone and the cocoa and all that kind of stuff. And pearls. In fact, if we settled there, 1, 2, 3, we'd also get these fish. 1, 2, 3. And we'd probably get those pearls as well. Because I don't think we get those pearls if we settled there. Okay, so delete that. Let's drop a pin just there. And do the little buildy hammer thing. And put build here. And then, okay, that. And then maybe right there, where they are, build there. Which could... is that going to be the best thing for us to do? I guess it's a city on this side of the island. Oh, we're on a little island, which I suppose is good and bad. It's good in that we're not going to get interfered by, you know, the barbarians aren't going to run in and start murdering us too much, and we're not going to get other civs trampling all over us. But on the flip side, we are not going to meet anybody for a long time. There's going to be no trade, we're not going to get any era score, all that kind of stuff. Let's put a thing there and just put city here, question mark, because that can be a sort of a questionable decision just there. Right, scout face. Can you go into Cahokia's territory? Yes, you can. Right, have a wander there. Builder guys, come, not builders, warriors, sorry. Come back this way. In fact, no, go down there. Head down to where we want to build the new city and go there just in case any sort of barbars appear around there. If you're down there, I don't think barbarians can appear if you've got visibility. I don't believe anyway, although I'm willing to be corrected. Okay, so we've got a builder with 3 charges. Let's put down a camp onto there, which makes perfect sense. We'll drop a camp onto there. In the meanwhile, we're going to get ourselves a settler. So yeah, we'll move time on. You guys can build a camp, bit of extra housing, a bit of extra gold. Very, very welcome. Although weird enough, I swear our gold just went down just then. But okay, that's fine. I thought it was 13 and it went down to 11.5. Well, there you go. It's gone back up to 14. We've got mining unlocked. Lovely. Let's go to here and build a pasture. So this gives us +1 production and +2 horses per turn. Now here we go. They have changed how strategic resources work in the game. So previously, let's say we had horses, like we're going to get in a second, we would just have a particular number of horses. It would say, right, you've got 1 pasture on some horses. You have 1 horses unit that goes across your entire empire. And with that 1 horses, you can build 2 horse units, if you like. That's what you can do, because that's all it can sort of sustain. Now they've changed it. So you stuff like this, like horses and iron and things that are materials, I believe they're called, actually accrue a bit like everything else. So whereas we're accruing gold, we're accruing science, and we're accruing diplomatic favour, eventually we will be doing, we're also now going to do the same with horses. So when we do this, we get 2 horses per turn, but maybe to build a horseman unit, it might take 15 horse units. It might take 15 horses to create 1 horseman unit, if that makes sense. So they've kind of switched around how that works. And I like that. I think that makes it a lot clearer as to what you can and can't build. You can see at a glance, if you go, I want to build a horseman, and it costs 15 horses, and you look up here at your total and you've got 5, you know that you need to run it forward X amount of turns to then be able to build your horseman unit. I like that, rather than the previous thing where it was a little bit sort of difficult to kind of comprehend. It was a bit, okay, well, I've got 2 iron up here from my iron mine. That means I can build 4 swordsmen and no more or something like that. It was a little bit sort of, it was a little bit harder to understand. I prefer this way round. So here we go. Let's build a pasture for extra production and horses. Yay! And horseback riding has been boosted because we've now got a pasture around horses and we're learning all about horses, which is lovely. Okay, so we've got mining. It might be worth, given that we are on an island, getting sailing. And then we can get possibly our biremes to go and have a little wander around and see if we can find anybody else. And then sailing might well lead on to the other things that we need. So celestial navigation and then shipbuilding and stuff like that. Because we're going to need to get those if we want to go and find anybody else. We might need to embark our units and go and have a wander. So yeah, we'll get sailing first. I think that's probably very important, given that it seems like we're on an island, although we might just be at the bottom of a continent. We might just be at the bottom of a continent. Let's see what Cahokia holds for us. So, okay, right, you can't move any further now. That is unfortunate, but we'll try and get over there and have a little look around. Okay, these guys might as well... Oh, we need irrigation. We need irrigation as well, because we could get ourselves chocolate and coffee. I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, if we had tea, it would be perfect. I'm happy with chocolate and coffee. Yeah, tea would have made it absolutely spot on, but never mind. Let's go up there then, and we'll build on the... we'll build a mine on that copper and get us a nice big boost to our production. Right, okay. What can we do up here? Okay, maybe we're not on our own, but maybe Cahokia is going to be a little bit of a sort of a barrier between us and other civs. Okay, we could do with meeting somebody. However, that is some good coastline up there. That is some lovely coastline going on, and I am liking that. Could we get somebody up there? There's elephants. I mean, that's... Oh, hang on. No, there's something there. There's something there. That is another city-state by the look of it. We might well be near another city-state. Right, okay. Builder, do your mine building, and then that's you kind of finished. Craftsmanship is boosted, I guess, because we've got 3 sort of tiles improved. And because we've got a mine, we have now boosted our knowledge of the wheel, which is splendid news. Okay, go onto these elephants and have a look around. The Cliffs of Dover. Well, isn't that appropriate, given what the thumbnail for this particular series is? There we go. So there's the Cliffs of Dover, and they are near to a city-state, which is Hattusa, who look scientific-y, possibly? What's the blue thing? Is it scientific? So astrology has been boosted because we found a natural wonder, which is lovely. So we looked at those cliffs and suddenly understood stars better. Yep, good old Civ logic. And we're the first major Civ to meet Hattusa. Where is everybody? Where are all the other civs? So we've found the Cliffs of Dover. We've got 3 era score. Your people celebrate a historic moment. Explorers of Phoenicia are the first from a major civilization to set eyes on the Cliffs of Dover. So we're on 4 out of 12. They want a trade route. Yep. All that kind of stuff. Okay. I wouldn't mind finding another civ now. I'm feeling a bit lonely. Is there anybody around? Somebody come and give me a hug. That would be nice. Or do you know what I wouldn't mind finding? Some little goodie huts or something. Because I've not really come across any of those. Now here we go. This could be interesting. Where... Go away, map pins thing. Where do we want to send you? Do we send you... I was kind of thinking of sending you inland and over that way. But do we carry on going that way? Or do we go that way? I don't know. I'm tempted to go back over this side now. Let's see what's over here. See if there's anything interesting on the coastline over that way. Okay, just a few of their angry-looking warrior guys. Some lovely mountains, which is very, very nice. And we've unlocked sailing! Hurrah! Right, okay. That's a good thing. That's a step in the right direction. Pottery. Let's get a granary into all our cities. What was that? Something just went pfft and exploded. Was it something in the mine? Did something happen in the mine? I don't know what that was. Was it just a very, very, very delayed reaction from our builder that we said, please build a mine here? And he took a long time to do the showy off bit where he goes, boom, I built a mine and now I've retired. Bye-bye. I don't know. Let's move you over to there. Another goody hut. Okay, this is fascinating. This is a fascinating start location because I have not met any other Civ. And this is a continent map. It's continents. Am I on my own on a continent, or am I just very, very, very much remotely been shoved down the bottom end of a continent? Now, it's good, because that means we can get some cities in nice and early. Oh, hang on. Let's get you down there right the heck now. Let's start moving you down that way. All right, you can go to just there next turn. Yep, we found a thing. Right, what do we want to build now? I think I'm very tempted by a monument for 7 turns, just to get extra culture in. Our culture is a little bit pathetic. But a bireme would be very, very useful to go around the coastline and see if there's any other nearby continents. Let's get a bireme in. Let's try and play it a bit differently. I'm going to try and be a little bit different. We're being coastal. Let's build a boat. In terms of this, let's get pottery. A granary is going to be a good thing. It will encourage growth and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, foreign trade civic done. We can have a trade route. That's probably a good thing. Now, mysticism. I do like the Oracle Wonder. Now, people I know, when I did the One City Challenge run last time out with France, people were less than complimentary that I'd built the Oracle. There are a few people that were saying, why have you built the Oracle? Why have you wasted your time on this? I like the Oracle as a wonder. I think it's rather good and it lasts forever. It's not like it sort of gets cancelled out later on by a technology or something like that. It lasts all the time. So districts in this city provide +2 great person points of their type. So if we built it in Tyre, and then we had ourselves a theatre square, we would then produce... Actually, I don't know how that works. Great writer points come from the theatre square. So we would produce +2 great writer points every turn. So if we played a game of 200 turns, that's 400 great person points of the writer type that we're just getting for sort of just building the Oracle. And then, obviously, that then compounds up. So if you then had a campus, you might get 400 scientist points. And if you had whatever it is, one of the industrial zones, you'd get 400 great engineer points. So it all mounts up. It all kind of adds up. So I think Oracle is actually a good wonder. I don't care what people say. I think, I mean, it's recommended that we have mysticism. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for mysticism. Yes, please. I shall go and be mystical. Okay, let's go on the goody hut. I always get confused why these guys don't go and get the goody huts. Do you just not enjoy talking to the villagers or something? I don't really know. Right, tribal village. A scout or a builder would be really useful. A recon unit. It's a scout. Beautiful. That was perfect. That was perfect. Right, come up this way, please. In fact, just go straight to there. Go straight to there. Go to Hattusa. It's 11 turns. It's a long old slog for you, but we need to have a look at the coast over that way. Let's keep going over here and hope that we can find somebody. We're going to be on our own. We are going to be on a big, long continent all of our own. There is another goody hut that nobody has found. I'm fully expecting... Oh, no, hang on. Someone's built a thing. Pottery's done. So we can put the granny. What's that? The Great Bath. The floodplains tiles along the river containing the Great Bath are now immune to flood damage. That's quite good, although food and production bonuses from flooding drop by 50%. Oh, okay. Floodplains tiles belong to the city gain 1 faith each time flood damage is mitigated, +3 housing and +1 amenity as well. Wow. That is very good. For 180 as well. Have we got any floodplains? Are there any around? Is that a floodplain? I think that tile there might be a floodplain. Yes, that is a floodplains tile. However, we can't really make any use of that, can we? That is a shame. And someone has built the Great Bath. So I don't need to worry about building that because I will never be able to. Botherations. Okay, let's go to there. Yep, so we know that's the edge of the world. Okay, let's go to here, see what this city has. The little settlement, 40 gold. Yeah, I'll take it. It's lovely. Another era score. We're only on 6 out of 12. It's not very encouraging, is it? Let's get ourselves writing. Oh, but see, shipbuilding is too slow. 44 turns is just too slow. Or do we go down irrigation to get ourselves access to the cocoa and the coffee? which will then make everybody very happy. Yeah, let's get irrigation. Let's go down that route first. Right, move time on. Let's see what we're doing. Right, we're here. We can settle our city just here. It's got access to lots of lovely water, so we get +3 housing from the river, which is always very welcome. We've got stone nearby. Got pearls just there. We've got ourselves a little island. Ah, now that is interesting. So just here, this is a good time to talk about this, actually. There are little icons on some of the tiles that will show us what will happen when the water levels rise in the later game. So just here, there's a little thing that says this is the first land that floods when the sea levels rise. So when the sea levels go up, this is low enough land for it to be completely flooded. That will flood. And then the ones with 2 on, if the sea levels rise a second time, they will go. So if the sea levels rise a second time, this whole middle bit of ground here will be gone. It will be presumably underwater. I don't know. I've not got that far in. So Cahokia will go when... Oh my goodness, Cahokia is built on the first land that floods. Hang on, what did I build on? Oh no, we're fine. This is all good. This is not lowlands. Phew. Now that bit is, look... That's going to flood if the sea levels rise a second time, and that a third time. And I think the third time is the final sort of rise. So this city is fine, but that little island, when the sea levels rise, that island will just wash away. It's like the Maldives. It's like the Maldives of our game. But yeah, settling here gives us cocoa up there. It gives us ivory just there. We've got some stone. We've got pearls. We can go kind of up there maybe even. We get some stone from there as well. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, and eventually we'll be able to get our hands on the fish just there. And then, yeah, the 2 cities have to fight out for the crabs and what have you. They can get the fish down here. Yeah, that is a good spot to found a second city. Yes, please. I will have that. It's a bit weird having a more than one city. I played the previous Civ run and I played for so many hours and I only ever had 1 city. It's quite lovely to have 2. So I founded the city of Anouk. Hey, Nook. Lovely. Right, we can remove the pin. Splendid. And that is very good. Right, let's just get round the top. Oh, I thought that was going to be something interesting, but no, it's just cold and icy and terrible. Okay, Anouk, you need to build something. I think a granary is going to be pretty good for you. So you get extra housing, but also extra food, because you've not got anything improved around you right now. So yeah, we'll go for that for you for now. We'll have a granary thrown down, and we're going to get a byreme. Yes, yearning for new adventures. The byreme from Phoenicia is the first in the world to roam the seas. You own the world's first seafaring unit. A world of possibility awaits on the horizon. Now this is making me worry whether I've actually switched all the other civs on. They were all there, weren't they? All the other civs were in that list when I pressed start the game. They were all there. Am I the first one really to build a boat? Okay, fine, go us. Now that is a curious thing, because how do I know that? If I don't know where the other civs are, how do I know that I'm the first to build a boat? Who knows? Well, here we go. Let's set sail for adventure. Set course for that way and see what happens. Oh, you're the Hattusa warriors. I thought you were going to be someone else. Okay, go up that way then. Another little goodie hut. My goodness me. Right. We got ourselves +3 era score for having the first boat. But then we got +4 era score because we built the byreme, which is our unique unit, which is fantastic. So we've got 13 era score, which means the next time out, we're going into a normal age, which is splendid news. Okay, Tyre. Now you've done that. Now you built a boat. Build a monument. We could do with some more culture. We're not a very cultural place at the minute. So let's build a great big kind of pointy stone thing. And we can all stand at that and go, oh, cultural. Right, boat. Where can we go? We can go to just there. Now, why can we not go any further? Because this is coast. This thing cannot go into the ocean. So we can only build on coastal tiles. We can only travel to coastal tiles. And we can only build on coastal tiles as well. Let's go as far as there as we can. Oh, there's just nothing around. Please let me find somebody else. Right, you guys. Run over to the tribal village. Let's see what they've got for us. Some more gold. And that scout can level up. And a bit more era score. Okay. Is there anyone around? Guys? Anybody at all? I think we might be on our own. I think it's just us, the Cahokians and the Hattusans, unless somebody is over here, which would surprise me a great deal. But okay, right, boat. Come this way, please. Yep, absolutely. Go that way. And the scout might as well go to the very top of the world. Let's go to the top of the world and see what there is. There's a load of ice. Is that the full scope of the map? Because, I don't know, we don't know whether it's icy down here or not. For some reason I thought there was ice at the bottom, but there is not. So, okay. So we've found the top of the world. We used to explore over that way. And then we're kind of done. So, yeah, what's on the other side of you, Hattusa? What is on the other side? And why is our other scout taking so long to get up there? What's taking him so long? Come on, scout fella. Chop, chop. Hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are you going that way? Didn't I tell you to get up there? What have you been doing all this time? I thought I told you to get up here absolutely ages ago, and you've just been dithering around. Can you get a wriggle on? Maybe I need to actually manually control you and tell you to go that way. I think the boat's going to get there before you, buddy. Okay, let's sort of cut over that way just to see that that's ocean. Yes, it is. Also, we'll promote you. Faster movement in woods. Probably useful. There's a lot of woods around the capital, isn't there? Yeah, okay, woods and stuff. That'll do. Oh, dearie me. We are going to be on our own, aren't we? I just want to get down here. I think a good point to leave it will be if we can explore around here. Right, Hattusa, what is around there? I don't know if we even need this extra scout. I don't know if it's going to be of any use to us at all. I suppose we could put it in a place where we might want to settle a city, because that might, save it, sort of place a marker down and stop barbarians spawning. Kind of in the middle here is not too bad a place. It's not too bad a thing, but it's just going to be hemmed in on those sides by Hattusa and Cahokia. But that's actually not that bad. You've got elephants next here. If we sort of go down that way, we can get that amber on board. There's 2 lots of wheat just there, which is not too bad. Housing might be a bit of an issue, but then we could spread out that way. That's okay. But then up here also could be quite good. Yeah, we need to drop a few map pins down. I might just put you to auto-explore. Let's just get you auto-exploring. You can just have a little wander around. It's all fine. Go and have a little wander. Go and have a journey somewhere. And the boat is going to get over here far quicker than everyone else is. Yeah. Okay, right. Run over this way. It's another goodie hut. And also, I suspect it's the edge of our island. Okay, somebody has built Stonehenge. So we're not alone on the world. We're just alone on this island, which is remarkable. I don't remember a Civ 6 game that I have played where I am entirely on my own on a fairly large island. That is remarkable. Okay, well, let's grab the last one of those. Ooh, plus 20 diplomatic favour. That is very good indeed. I do like that. Okay, that's good news. Right, we can build some stuff. So, Tyre, what should we build? We've got relative freedom. Now, at some point, somebody is going to come and sail over. So we do need to mark down sites that we want to settle on. And possibly at least try and settle a couple of them before, the invaders come and get on our island. But, yeah, I think for now, we can take a little bit of time. I think a granary is going to be a good thing for food and housing. But a trader. 5 turns for a trader. I'd rather have a trader going from a nuke up to there, though. So let's get a trader, and we'll switch it round to the other city. Okay, and the final thing that I think I want to do before we wrap up this part is choose our Pantheon, which is jolly exciting. So there are many, many of these. Now I need to have a look at what the best thing is going to be. Let's just have a little look around. What have we got a lot of? We've got quite a bit of stone. Is there anything that gives us stuff from... what goes on those when you have a coffee? A plantation. We've got quite a bit of coffee and chocolate and bananas. Is there anything to do with coffee, chocolate and bananas? Because we're going to have chocolate there. We're going to have coffee and chocolate and bananas there. Probably up here. Is there coffee and chocolate and bananas up that way? There's ivory just there. Is there one that's for luxuries? There's one for that there. So wine, incense, cocoa, coffee. So +1 food from cocoa and coffee. That's probably not a bad thing to have. That is not a bad thing at all. So there's no wine, I don't think. There's no wine or tea, unfortunately. I'd love it if there was some tea. I don't think there is. We've got ivory and we've got furs. Plenty of furs up that way. And some amber out in the sea. In fact, that is a very good spot to settle on over this side. There's loads and loads of amber. The tundra isn't brilliant, but the amber is very, very good. And if we get there quick enough, we could bag ourselves one of the Cliffs of Dover tiles. That would be nice. I don't think we'll get there in time, but, you know, we can have a go. Yeah, do we go for that then? There's quite a few quarries. Yeah, I don't really like the quarries one. That is +2 faith. I'm not that bothered. Got a craftsman is +1 production from mines. I think it's going to be one of two, because I just spied another one that could be very interesting. We've got the goddess of festivals, +1 food from, for us, what will be +1 food from cocoa and coffee, because that's all we've got. However, just here, divine spark, +1 great person point from a holy site, campus and theatre square. I think that's pretty good. I like the great people. Great people add a great big boost to your civilization. So I think if we can even get one extra little point when we put a campus down and then a theatre square down, if we can earn just tiny little points, that is all going to add up and we're going to get more great people. So I think let's go for Divine Spark. Also, it sounds really dramatic. So yay, let's found a Pantheon. And Mysticism is done as well, which is lovely. Development of Mysticism is complete. Thank you very much. And yeah, let's clear that. We get another era score, 16 out of 24. Okay, that's interesting. I don't think we'll get into a golden age, but you know what? At least we're securely within a normal age. And now I think let's leave it there for now. We have done very, very well indeed on this first part. We have figured out that we are on a fairly big island. We're all on our own in terms of major civs. We've got our friends Cahokia and Hattusa to chat to, but other than that, we're feeling a little bit lonely. So I imagine the next part will be us trying to go out there into the big wide world to find another civ to talk to. Just to find anybody and just go and give them a big hug and just go, I've been so alone. Thank goodness you're here. So yeah, we'll do all that next time out. I really hope you've enjoyed this look at Civilization 6 Gathering Storm. If you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like and also please do subscribe to keep up to date with how we get on in our Coastguard challenge. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time. The city of Cupboard, it can be full of geeks, very loyal geeks to me. It's this sort of stripy hill. That's interesting. Oh, a stripy mountain. Sorry, I downgraded you to a hill. Just really irritate the Norwegians. Everyone had gold. People were lying on beds of gold. They were eating gold. They were trying to wash their hair with gold. There was gold literally everywhere in our empire.